This will be my jungle tier list for the new patch that we're on, 25.09. This is the Spirit Blossom patch. There was a lot of changes for the game, and especially jungle. There was a lot of objective changes, which really impact the role because it's all about the objectives. So right away, I want to talk about there's only one set of Void Grubs. It spawns 2 minutes later instead of spawning around dragon time. So now dragon's going to be up a lot longer without anything else going on. And void grubs are going to spawn later and you're only going to get 3. And they're harder to do. So some champions can't actually do them. While it's also easy for a lot of other junglers to do it. So there's a bit of a dynamic. Some champions are going to be more dragon oriented. Some are going to be more void grubs. But generally right now, first dragon is much easier to take. And that helps a lot of champions. Overall, I still think the meta is just super heavily around full clearing, full clear, farm, farm, farm. You get as much gold from the jungle camps. You get as much gold as you can. And you're going to carry really well as a jungler. It doesn't matter what champion you're playing. You want to play a ganking jungler, you still have to farm. You still have to get a lot of gold. You have to get a lot of experience. And that's going to set you right away. So as we look into the jungle tier list, let me just talk about the S+ category. These are the ones that I would say, I just see them to be the best junglers on the patch. Neferi still is really broken. The nerfs of her W cooldown and her E damage slightly doesn't really change how she is. She overkills in some situations, but most importantly, she just has too much untargetability. Her 1 second untargetability is actually too much. It should be half a second, and she would be much more balanced to play around. Right now, she just buys way too much time when she can press W, and you can't really do anything. And in the jungle meta, you can imagine a lot of champions are kind of countered by untargetability. Imagine the Vi matchup. If she presses ulti on you, you press W, it's over, right? Imagine another matchup where someone tries to go on you, you just press. It's too powerful the way it is. I think they need to nerf the cooldown, but right now she's really strong. She's super good lower ranks. She's a great champion to carry on, great champion to learn. She's really easy. Her dogs do all the jungling. And yeah, I really like her. I think she's a solid pick. They'll probably do a bigger nerf in the future, but right now she is still the best overall solo queue jungler in the game. Next, we have Hecarim. Hecarim, discussing the horseman is really powerful. There were some changes to the boot upgrades and they are cheaper now, and CDR boots are really OP, especially for Hecarim. So if you go CDR boots on him, ability haste boots are really good for him, and I think he's a really OP champion. I think people haven't really caught up on him yet, but as you can see, he's starting to approach the S+ category. So I do think his nerf is coming soon, hopefully, because I hate playing against Hecarims who are just full clear into double kill, full clear into double kill. It's a nightmare, so hopefully they nerf him soon. And also the other nightmare, Kayn. Kayn is just getting really broken. The red Kayn, blue Kayn, whatever. He's really good right now. He's very strong. He's probably the strongest he's almost ever been. It's just really crazy. Lower ranks, red Kayn is super dominating. Lethality, hybrid build. Really good right now. He just does really well with the current champions, right? Imagine HP stacking against a red Kayn. He does max health damage. He heals off your max health. So he's able to kind of out-sustain and really beat people down. So really good for Kayn to be in this sort of HP stacking meta, and he's benefiting a lot from that. Next, we have Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao is just really solid. He's been buffed over and over again, and now he's just in a very sort of stat check position. His numbers are just really high. I think he stat checks pretty much everyone. And he's really good early game. He's really good about farming now. And he's really good at just carrying the game with his stats. Sunder Sky build with Cleaver is really broken. I highly recommend you guys give that a go. And yeah, he's really powerful right now. Nocturne, same thing, is really good right now because I just find Nocturne to be a really well-rounded jungler. He does everything. He does everything really well. He's good at farming, ganking with his ultimate. And with the Void Grub spawning a bit later, I actually do think it favors him in a good way. I think he's happy about not having to do much besides farm and then ulti, and the void grubs being later. Dragon, not really the easiest objective for a lot of champions to solo. He's inherently a really nice spot. So that's S+ category. All incredible junglers right now. S category, we have a more, responsible, really decent, good lineup. We have Kindred, high elo skewed. This tier list I made, it's just Emerald average. It could be higher towards Masters, it could be lower towards Gold, but overall this is just your average every rank tier list. And Kindred is a higher tier list pick. She's really strong in one trick stand, but generally she is just a heavy one trick jungler, and she's much better higher ranks because it's a bit hard to carry with Kindred, but her stats are really good. She does a lot of current health damage. She does a lot of damage in general. She's able to get her item components. She's very much OP, and I think Kindred's a good champion in the right hands, but lower ranks I would put her like B tier because it's really hard to carry with her. So I wouldn't recommend playing her gold or below. You need someone who can stat check harder, which with a much easier time. And that's the next jungler pick we have right here. Volibear is the god. He is the Thunder God for a reason. He is everything you want in a jungler. His abilities, if you do the builds I've been showing you, I really like the Thunder Sky build. You can go into Deadman's or you can go into Inori too with it. But I really like it because it's really safe and easy to play. And he teaches you a lot about the game as well. So I really think Volibear is in a good spot. I prefer the only builds I do now are Cosmic Drive or Thunder Sky Burst. You can go into Inori or you can go into the Deadman build that I really do favor, and I think it's really good. Press attack into like more melee champions for early game. Lethal tempo if you're going to go the Inori build. And that's about it for Volibear. Jarvan is really looking good right now. He got some buffs in the past, and I think he's in a really good position. His clear is actually really quick and it's healthier than I imagined it was before. So I would say Jarvan is sort of like Vi, where they're just really the best engaged junglers you can have. And they're really good right now in the current meta. So Jarvan really solid. Viego, overtuned, very overtuned right now. People are going the Triforce Collector build now, so they're able to kind of utilize a lot of his power. So I think Viego is just a very annoying to play against, a very strong pick. Vi is like very good right now. In lower ranks too, she's looking really powerful. So I would say Vi is starting to look like one of the favorite junglers you can play to pick up having your champion full. Vi is a really good pick to have right now. Echo jungle. Echo is looking really strong, and reason being he doesn't really have to do much about the Void Grubs, and he can actually just kind of play to AFK farm a lot, which is really powerful in this current meta. And most importantly, next patch also, Lichbane is getting buffed. A lot of AP items are getting adjustments, and if Lichbane and Protobelt get buffed, I'm just telling you, Echo is going to be S+ category. So that looks really good for next patch. Keep an eye out for that. Talon jungle is disgusting, but also he's a very powerful champion right now. If you one-trick Talon jungle, you're going to do a really good job. His clear is surprisingly faster than jungle mains, and it's a really powerful pick right now in the right hands. But I don't recommend him unless you really plan on committing a lot of time to him. He's really difficult. He's not easy to pick up. He's going to take a long time to get good. And honestly, by the time you get good at him, he's probably going to get nerfed. So I wouldn't recommend going into him right now. Shaco jungle. Shaco is really broken. He got buffed recently. AD Shaco's looking good. But most importantly, they buffed Ignite. So Ignite is actually pretty OP right now. I think any jungler who went Ignite before is looking really happy right now because the Ignite buffs were really good for especially Shaco. So it's helping him dramatically be a much better champion. Fiddle is just a really good AP jungler, one of the best one-trick AP junglers currently in the game. Not much else. Kha'Zix is probably the best assassin jungler in the game right now. He's just overall, if you want to play assassin in this meta where it's really hard to kill people, he is the only one who can actually kill people because his Q damage is actually insane. And he also brings a lot of utility with his W evolution and other things as well. So Kha'Zix is the only hope for, if you want to be an assassin jungler in this current meta. Lydia is just a really good AP jungler. Anyone who stacks HP items in this meta is really good. Liandry's Riftmaker is just, the go-to. Master Yi, just a very good tank shredder, really strong jungler in general. And moving on to 8 category, this is probably what caught your eye. Galio jungle. I have a video coming up soon for him. I actually think he's OP. I think he's really good. I actually didn't know he could clear fast. I thought his clear was really bad, but he can actually clear before first crab. And I've been playing with it a lot recently, and I think it's actually very strong. I'm going to show you guys a really broken build. If you'd like a jungler sort of similar to Volibear in a way, someone who engages, crowd control, stuns, CCs, and who also, does a good amount of % damage. Galio is going to be really good for you, and I recommend you wait for that video because I'm going to show you guys some new tech. Elise, a very good, early aggressive diving jungler. Talia, more of the opposite, more of a good farming jungler who's good with pairings like, crowd control champion. So Talia's okay in that. Pantheon Jungle is still very solid. I think Pantheon Jungle is extremely good, and I highly recommend. If you want a simple champion for jungle, he's still a really great pick for that. Morgana Jungle. I usually don't even put Morgana in, but Morgana got buffed, and that was probably for support, but because the buffs were so good, especially for jungle, she's actually really good right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see her become OP. Her ultimate gives her double the movement speed. It does more damage. Her E shield is just much higher. I think Morgana jungle might be very strong. I have to see it more, but she's definitely very good right now. So if you wanted to play her, now would probably be the time to play her. Next, we have Warwick. Warwick, He's that healing, sustain, stat checking champion. Much better lower rank than higher, but overall he's in a good spot. Wukong jungle, I do think he's still pretty good. He does clear a bit slow. He's bad into like certain AP comps, but I think he's a really good engaged jungler as well. Diana, your go-to tank jungler. She might be better in next patch when they buff like AP items where she can get away with going like Lich Bane or Proto Belt. But we'll see. Right now, she's just doing the tank build, and that's still pretty good for her. Graves, I honestly don't like Graves. I don't know much to say about him. He just seems like he's always floating around in the middle category of just being okay. Kai'Sa jungle, I still really like her. I still think she's really OP. I wonder if that's because she's so good as a champion in general, but I think you could play Kai'Sa literally any role, and she's just really OP. You can play, I still play her. I still have a lot of fun playing her, and I still think she's a really good pick. Yorick got nerfed again, but he's still really good for lower ranked players, but I think they really don't want him to be a good jungler, so we'll have to keep seeing how they deal with the Yorick jungle. Ivern is just a dirty one-trick jungler. A bit of a disgusting champion, the way he looks. He has these eyes that kind of just stare down into your soul and just really grasp for whatever is left inside of you. I don't like that about Ivern, and I don't like him in general, so that's just how I see it. B tier category, these are generally okay picks, but they're not like anything crazy. Like Bel'Veth, she's just a one-trick jungler. She's always hovering around. If you like Bel'Veth, if you want to play her, you're gonna have to one-trick her. And also, if you're gonna one-trick her, try her a few games to see if you like her playstyle. She's extremely weird, and honestly, I don't gel well with her. I just find her playstyle really annoying. Briar as well is a one-trick jungler. If you don't like her playstyle is much easier. So she kind of plays for you. Hers is more about learning curves and stuff like that. I do love Briar. I like her playstyle much more than Bel'Veth, but she is also a bit of a one-trick jungler, so if you like that, you're definitely going to enjoy her. Try the build I've been showing you. It's going to be doing really well for you. Mundo, Mundo goes where he wants to go, and he's going down into the B tier category. He's just a very simple, generic tank jungler who can just be really simple for you to play. Rengar assassin junglers aren't really having a good time. Rengar falls into that kind of trap. Don't play Rengar. Maybe wait for some, changes to items and stuff to see if damage can actually do more than HP. Rammus is just your solid, turtle tank jungler. Rek'Sai, the poor queen, was destroyed. Hopefully rework coming soon. Otherwise, I really don't care for her. I do actually have a video coming up with her. I have this build I've been going on her that I found really, really strong. If I was to play her, I find this build to be really good. And the build is Ghostblade Deadman's. I've been doing it for weeks, a few weeks ago, but they did nerf Deadman, so we'll see. It's probably still the best build, but I'll probably cook up a video for her to help with that. Nunu, just your generic demonic jungler who throws snowballs at you. Liandry's build, still very good. Udyr, the same thing. They're both heavy one-trick junglers. So if you're going to play them, you're going to have to one-trick. Lee Sin, unless you're blind and you want to play someone who's like you in every way, don't pick him because he's really hard to play and he's really difficult. He's generally labeled for only Korean. So if you're Korean, maybe, you have the card to play him. Otherwise, I wouldn't play Lee Sin. Zed Jungle. So Zed Jungle, I honestly think he's really good. I think people just have not been itemizing well on him. I have a build coming up as well. I think his itemization is really important, but I think Zed Jungle, with how fast you can clear on him, is just a really powerful thing for you to have. Zac Jungle, really not that good anymore. Not what he used to be. I wouldn't recommend him. Amumu Jungle, really OP low ranks. Like low ranks, he's S tier. But in average rank, he drops off a lot more. Putting him B tier is just a very solid. I still recommend him. I still think he's really good. But the higher you go, you're not going to pull off as many Amumu wins. C tier categories, these are just not really the pick to be, but overall C tier is still a decent amount. The one I want to talk about is just Gwen. Gwen got nerfed really hard, and they really went hard on her nerfs. It wasn't something like a Neferi nerf, it was actually a Gwen nerf. So Gwen is not playable right now. I think they're going to tone back and probably buff her a bit more, but she's really not that good right now, unfortunately. She'll probably get some slight buffs, but Gwen did get taken care of. Hopefully Neferi isn't going to be the one next, but right now that's just sort of how it went. So C tier are just not in a good spot, but you could still play literally any champion in this tier list and still pop off. So don't be demoralized in that regards. And yeah, that's going to be my jungle tier list video. Hope you guys like that video. I'm going to have some more new specific jungle picks coming up in the future. Be sure to like if you haven't already, subscribe, check out my other stuff as well. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great time. Good luck on the season, and I'll see you guys in the next one.